Coming up in the news, the nation's leader on the island of Abaco reporting a steady and major comeback. Also, 8 more homes to be built in Sweetings Key. And a 43-year-old Abaco man hauled before the court in connection with that fatal human smuggling attempt in West End. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Shashina Wolf-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this Monday evening, the island of Abaco continuing its steady progress toward building back bigger, better, and more resilient. The nation's leader on that northern island Sunday, giving residents updates on work that is currently underway and those that are slated to begin within a matter of weeks.
The nation's Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, expressing his optimism regarding the country's economic upswing as islands open their borders to more tourists and receive lighter curfew restrictions. On the island of Abaco, the Prime Minister says he also sees steady progress in the rebuilding efforts post-Hurricane Dorian. While at a Father's Day banquet, he told residents that they should get ready for more investments and provided them with this update.
The repairs to the Murphytown South Side Dock in Abaco is scheduled at a cost of $210,000. And during the passage of Hurricane Dorian, the timber deck of the dock was severely damaged. We are going to replace that dock. We are also going to repair the Crown Haven dock at a cost of $135,000. The timber deck of this dock was also damaged during the passage of Hurricane Dorian. We are going to repair the dock and repave the dock area.
Member of Parliament for North Abaco, the Honorable Darren Henfield, also telling residents that the reconstruction of a vitally important bridge is expected to be completed by the end of July. The former causeway that was destroyed during Hurricane Dorian will now be upgraded to a new bridge.
We're getting a replacement bridge between Little and Great Abaco that everybody everywhere in the Bahamas will be proud of when you pass over it. It's valued over $5 million. It's very important to us because it connects us and Little and Great Abaco. The bridge that we're getting is going to be able to cause the sea to flow from ocean to bank. It's going to allow maritime traffic to travel from ocean to bank. And that is going to be monumental, I believe, not only for our access and transportation here in North Abaco, but for tourism. Maritime tourism is big here in Abaco.
The Prime Minister also confirming that 15 residents on the island will soon be the owners of brand new homes. In just 2 weeks, construction will begin for 5 new homes in the Central Pines community.
And these are to be given to individuals from Abaco whose homes may have been destroyed. And they would be given to those respective individuals free of charge, not 1 red cent. We have already gotten commitment for an additional 10 homes. And we're only finalizing so that as these 5 homes are completed, an additional 10 will be provided in the Central Pine areas. These 2 would be given to worthy individuals, again, free of charge, not 1 red cent.
Deputy Chief Counselor for Green Turtle Key, Wade Cash, also weighing in. He says that while they face some challenges with the rebuilding efforts, they are currently seeing amazing results.
It's been a challenge getting built back up since the hurricane. I mean, but we have done it. Thank God. We had help from the U.S., whatever help from the government, and we are truly coming back out of the ground. Tourists are now coming back in. It's awesome. This year, Green Turtle Club is full to capacity. It's amazing to see the tourists coming back in. It truly is amazing.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
8 more homes to be built in Sweetings Key within the next 90 days, thanks to the Rotary Clubs of Grand Bahama and its partners. Residents getting the good news during a press conference on Sweetings Key on Friday. Our Jay Philippe was there.
The Rotary Clubs of Grand Bahamas once again assisting residents here on Sweetens Key. 8 new homes will be built, time frame of completion the next 90 days.
We would have done the first phase 30 days ahead of schedule, and of course building to proper code and beyond the code in these homes. These homes are going to be built the same way the first 9 was built, 4 feet off of the ground, concrete stilts, 107 anchor bolts, along with the 2x6 for the framing and T111. It is 638 square foot home with 2 bedrooms, a bath, a kitchen, and a front room.
The Sweetens Key Home Project is a partnership between the Rotary Clubs of Grand Bahama, the TK Foundation, and now the Life at Key Club Charitable Trust that recently teamed up with Rotary to build these new homes. Grand Bahama Rotary Disaster Committee Chairperson James Saul says the housing project on Sweetens Key is providing residents with hope.
We're taking the people out of the tents back into these fantastic homes, and as Billy just said, the view coming in by boat, seeing these colorful, beautiful island-style cottages is just tremendous. It's changing the face of Sweetens Key, and most important, it's given the people here hope. And we're so happy to have given the hope and given the ability for these people to get out of their tents and have dignity in their life. And so we're just very pleased. We want to say thank you, Life at Key Club Charitable Trust. Thank you, TK Foundation, for giving us the ability and trusting us to build these homes, and on we go.
The recipient of the first new home in Phase 3 of the Sweetens Key project is resident Darren Cooper. Cooper has been living in the very same white tent for the past 19 months. The property next to the tent where Cooper lives will house his new 2-bedroom home within the next few weeks.
I noticed some of them going out the way to help me and help others. And I'm grateful for all they do. And when they come here, they're reaching out to everybody and doing as much as they could. And I want to give God thanks. And I'm grateful to all and each one of them for what they've done for me. I'm going to get a beautiful home. I'm going to have someplace nice and warm to live. And I have some nice, beautiful people behind me. And they're not just helping me. And they're reaching out to everybody who they could.
Project manager, Rotarian Darren Cooper says the Rotary Club and its partners are committed to helping residents on Sweetens Key.
Our team is committed to the progress. We are still under the general contractor of Cyril Harvey Utmost Construction, who will oversee the completion of these homes and make sure that these homes are built within the proper standard and the code.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Well, fathers across the island of Abaco honored and celebrated this past Sunday thanks to the North Abaco Event Planning Coordination Committee and the Member of Parliament for North Abaco. A special banquet was held this past Sunday in the Cooperstown community. Our Megan Shepherd was there.
A father is someone who wants to catch us before we fall, and if he can't, he picks us up, brushes us off, and let us try again.
Outstanding fathers on the island of Abaco recognized for their love, sacrifice, and dedication, not only to their biological children, but to children and communities throughout the island. Prime Minister the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis on island for the occasion, congratulating and commending the honorees for their sacrifices to their families and communities year-round.
Whether our fathers are still happily with us or is with us in spirit, such love is enduring and everlasting. My father is still with us and with me here today. May I publicly wish him a happy belated Father's Day. Let us pray for and remember today all of our fathers, those living and past, who gave us the gift of life. I want to encourage the men and fathers of North Abaco to continue your efforts to build strong communities. In celebrating these distinguished men and fathers, we are inviting the next generation of men and fathers to follow in their footsteps as community builders.
Member of Parliament for North Abaco, the Honourable Darren Henfield, noting that 65% of children are born to single-family homes within the country. To this end, he says that he is honoured to highlight the honorees for stepping up and fulfilling their duties to their families and communities. He extended this challenge to continue the fostering of raising children with a village mindset.
We have a lot of young people in this island and all across this country who needs to feel the presence of a father in their lives. You can tell them, you see them all the time as I do, and I want to challenge you fathers and your friends to look in our community and adopt one or two. Now I know we've come a long way. One or two that you will determine within your heart to mentor. And I believe when you spend time with elders, you learn things. You learn how to behave. You learn discipline. You learn the importance of community. You learn your history, the history of your community. And the young people need that today in order for them to go where we are trying to take them in Abaco and in this country.
Dr. Kenneth Major also issuing a charge to men throughout the island.
We think because we go and get a girl pregnant and she brings forth that child and we give the child food, clothes, but the child doesn't know anything about your emotions. All they know about, daddy bought me this, daddy bought me this. He's a daddy, he's not a father. He cannot, the child is not with you, not growing up with you in the home to experience emotions, or when they hurt, they can run to your lap and you can pick them up.
Honorees were treated as kings for the day, complete with a dance performance, solo song performance, and a hearty Sunday dinner.
And it truly is an honor to accept this today. I'm blessed.
I just honored to represent my father, Mr. Joseph Wright, at this time, and he was a good father in the community, so they take the time and to honor him, and I appreciate it, and I know he appreciated it as well.
Megan Shepard, 7S Network News.
In other news, a Grand Bahama man is hospitalized in serious condition after being stabbed in the Coral Gardens area on Sunday morning. Police say initial inquiries reveal that while at a residence around 1 a.m., the victim was approached by a man known to him. An altercation ensued, resulting in the victim being stabbed multiple times about the body. He was taken to hospital where he is currently detained. A 25-year-old male was arrested in connection with this incident, and investigations are continuing. Meantime, a number of migrants brought to Grand Bahama. The U.S. Coast Guard cutter Raymond Evans making a stop at the Freeport harbor this weekend with 18 Haitian migrants on board. The 13 males and 5 females, including a female minor, were handed over to immigration officials on Saturday. The group, reportedly from Abaco, Nassau, and Grand Bahama, were intercepted at sea on Thursday by the U.S. Coast Guard just off West Palm Beach. Reports say they were all on board a 27-foot center console vessel and claimed to have left the Bahamas last Wednesday, destined for the United States. The vessel was piloted by a Bahamian male who was detained by U.S. officials for further investigations for prosecution on charges of human smuggling. The 18 migrants are currently being processed by immigration officials. A 43-year-old Abaco man hauled before the court today in connection with that fatal human smuggling attempt in waters off West End on June 10th. Australia Joseph of Marsh Harbour was arraigned before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson on 2 counts of manslaughter. He was not required to enter a plea and was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until September for the commencement of a trial. He was represented by attorney Yule Johnson. Now, during that fatal human smuggling incident, 8 migrants were rescued after the vessel capsized some 7 miles off Memory Rock. 2 migrants did not make it out alive. The bodies of an adult female and a male child were found in the cabinet of the vessel. An extensive investigation led to Joseph's arrest. Meanwhile, the 8 survivors were charged before the court and have since been sent to the detention center in Nassau to await deportation. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.